dads, it's Friday, and that means one thing. The week's grind is behind you, and now you're crashing into the weekend at full speed. With little time to take a breather before you throw yourself in, how are you going to reset? How are you going to recharge? And how are you going to tackle the challenges ahead? And how are you going to give your kids what they need? This is your moment to reset. If you're anything like me, I just need a second. If it's been a tough week, then I just need that moment to gather my thoughts before I can get anywhere close to giving them what they need. And that's why I've created Friday Fuel. This is your moment to reset, refocus and recharge before you step into the weekend. This isn't just another motivational talk. I'm putting down a marker. I want to help you show up as the dad your family needs. Every Friday, we're going to dive into the relentlessness of fatherhood. We're going to talk strategies, insights, and help you shake off the stress from the week. Fatherhood doesn't wait, and neither should you. Your kids need you to be present, engaged, connected, and energized. And taking a moment for yourself should give you that all-important time to disconnect and focus on what's really important. Look, if you like what you hear, like what you see, be part of our community. Subscribe to the podcast, listen to more of our episodes, grab one of our free ebooks, join the community. All the links are in the description. I'm excited to have you here today. I'm excited to hear your thoughts on the episode. And if you have anything that you want me to cover, don't be afraid to ask. I will endeavour to cover everything I can. This is Friday Fuel. Let's get started. Stop! Hold on for a second. How long have you been here? What video number are you on? And what caught your attention? More importantly, look at your kids. What's diverted your attention away from them? Was it a tough day at the office? Tough day out on the site? Whatever it is you're doing? If you've got this far, I've got a couple of questions for you. When was the last time you took a moment to truly appreciate your fatherhood story? How are you feeling today? What support do you need? What support is available? What resources do you have access to? And what's weighing heavy on your soul? That last one, yeah, it's a little deep, but fuck it, you're here now. I'm not the escape you seek, and neither is the girl with the rack in the video before me. What you need is a moment to just pause, drink it all in, reflect on the relentlessness of it all, and my friend, plan your next step. We've been having a tough time recently. Loads going on, both at home and at work. And I read something the other day. I carry on because I have no choice. They need me. And there is no point in reaching out because it's easier just to keep going. And finally, because the expectation from everyone around is for me to carry on. I felt that pull to be more, to do more, to tackle more. But what I've learned is very simple. You and I, we've got to learn to take a break, appreciate the effort that we're expending, be grateful for the little things, reflect on the input, manage the influences that stop us being what they need, and find the outlet that is going to allow us to decompress. This very simple set of rules that can help you have a greater impact on your partner and on your kids. You have this unique opportunity to shape lives, but you can't do that if you're always distracted by the next thing on the list or carrying everyone else around you. To lead from the front, you must be clear-headed, understand what motivates you, recognize the cost of carrying too much. You've got to learn to put your ego to one side. You've got to be prepared to simplify your approach, and you've got to inspire through action and words. Frankly, you've got to be ready for the next setback. The problem, if you can't see how much of an impact you're having, you'll focus on the small problems, fixate on the obstacles, and lose sight of the little things that make this job remarkable. So if you're in the ditch and you're finding it hard to see the brighter things, and the world is weighing heavy, I'm here to remind you I see your unwavering commitment to your family, and I understand what it takes to push on and move forward even when it looks like there's no end in sight. I recognise the value you bring to the family unit and how you contribute to the growth of your children. I understand the need to instill the right values in them so that they succeed at the things that make them happy. I know that you'll fight with everything you have left to see them find the right path. My friend, I understand that your story can be influenced by your dad, and his story was influenced by his. I know sometimes you are going to be fearful of the future and even overwhelmed by it. I recognise, sir, that it's easier to conceal that fear from those you love the most. Let's face it, the shame is so hard to overcome. And I know that you're learning on the fly, and I respect the effort that you expend just to stay afloat. Sir, I respect your decision making, and I respect the difficult choices you have to make to ensure your children have what they need. I understand the pain you feel when you've had to set aside family time to put food on the table or to pay that next bill. I know what it's like to push on, regardless of the impact it has on your health. And we both know family comes first. I know at times you sacrifice more than you let on. And I know behind the smile, you're really only just holding it together. I understand the love you feel and the power that it has over you. I know that the hours that you work will never make up for the hours that you lose. And I know that biting down often feels like the only option. I want you to know that when you need it, another dad will help you through the darker days. And that's what I'm here for. I respect your action in the face of adversity, and I understand the pressure you're under to make a life for you and your family. You may not have had a good teacher, but that doesn't mean that you cannot teach and learn on the job. Above everything, I know that you'll deliver when it matters most. It might not meet the expectations set by others, but your children will see that you always put them first. I'm proud to know you. I'm proud to watch you on your journey. Deep down, we both know that you're doing the best you can with the tools that you've picked up. Please remember you're only human. And against the relentlessness of it all, you've got to find space to take a breather. If you've listened this far, I get it. The man you are today is willing to give them everything. Having been to the brink, I just want you to know one thing. You're not alone, and the Modern Fatherhood Club has your back. Every video, resource and piece of content is designed to help you on this incredible journey. If you ever need a pick-me-up or a slap on the back, be sure to reach out. Remember, we're not chasing perfection, just better. Be the dad they need you to be by learning to decompress and celebrating the role and the impact that you have. So I reeled off a ton of statements there for you to just understand. Look, to be clear, if you want to have the impact that you want to have on your family, you have got to be less harsh with yourself. You've got to give yourself a slap on the back. You have got to respect how far you've come. You've got to give them everything that you can. But you cannot do that on depleted resources, depleted energy. You have to find some way to fill your cup, to give them a life that you are proud of. This is about giving them what they need. I respect the journey that you've been on. I expect, and you expect more. I know what it feels like to be pushed to your limits. I understand how far you can fall before you pick yourself back up. I understand that you will do everything to protect your family. You will push them away. You will destroy the fabric that holds you together. You will chip away at the foundations because you believe that putting them first and pushing them away creates a level of protection for them from who you're becoming. When we fall, when we feel low, when that depression kicks in, when the relentlessness catches you off guard, and we're unable to reset, recharge, or even just reflect on what we've been through, it's those moments that cost us dear. It's those moments that stop our children seeing who we are. We cannot lead authentically if we're not able to decompress, if we're not able to understand how far we can push before we start to feel empty. I want you to be happy. I want your children to be happy, like I want mine to be happy. My selfless approach, my wife's selfless approach, left us drained. I got caught out before she did. But let me be clear, it was my fault. I pushed on. I refused to seek support. I refused to talk about the emotions I was feeling. I let them throw me off course. I am accountable for that failure, that mistake. Your job is to give them what they need. It is to simplify your approach, and I will bang that drum until this podcast ends. But I want you to understand that you do need a moment to just reflect on how much you've achieved, how much you give, and expect nothing in return. Their unconditional love will keep you going. It will allow you to burn bright. But if you're not looking after your mental health, if you're not looking after your physical health, if you're not going to bed till late, if you're not exercising, if you're just eating shit, you are going to deplete the resources that they need to take from you. They need you on form this weekend. They need you burning brighter than ever. But you've got to decompress, sir. You've got to take whatever happened this week and put it to one side. You've got to process it through reflection, but it cannot throw you off course. It cannot stop you giving them the best version of you this weekend. I know you're tired. I'm tired too. And the bags under my eyes show you that. But I'm not willing to give in. I'm not willing to give up. And that's something that is within all of us, certainly us dads. We have this will to succeed. We have this will to just keep pushing on. What stops us from reaching our potential is understanding the contribution that we have, reflecting on the value that we bring to those that we love the most. Our role to provide, to protect, whatever that might be in your home, your role is to set the tone, to guide, teach, inspire, be creative, have fun. Yes, be the disciplinarian. Yes, give them structure. Help them appreciate what they have. But sir, this time to reflect is so important because we cannot reset, we cannot recharge without understanding just how much we've given, how much we've contributed, the value that we brought, whatever it may have been this week, last month, last year, whatever. It doesn't matter. You need to fill your cup so that you can step forward and showcase the true version of yourself, the version of you that gives them everything. Too often, we take a step back. Too often, we just rely on the habits, the behaviours that got us through. The thing is, when you become a parent, your life is flipped upside down. And as it's turned on its head, you're gasping for air. You are trying to establish the routine, the rhythm that works for you, for your partner. The baby throws you out. The baby throws you out of sync. Your toddler throws you out of sync. It doesn't matter because you have to understand that as the world shifts, you must shift too. You adapt. Your flexibility is what will see you through. Create a routine that enables you to find some semblance of balance. We both know balance is not always achievable. But if we're creating the expectation that it is, then we create pressure, we create conflict. There are times when we are chasing our tails. I get it. But there are times when you get a minute to take a step back, survey the land, see your children in a different light, reflect on the memories, the moments, the joy. It's those things that when you're struggling, you can't see. It's those things when you're burning out that you can't see. We lose sight of the things that we enjoy. We are unable to think clearly. Our sleep suffers. Our diet suffers. Our health suffers. But we push on because we think it's the right thing to do. The 30-day reset, which is attached to the parental burnout ebook that I've designed for you is free. It gives you a set of reflection techniques, exercises. It gives you a blueprint that helps you plan for the future. A blueprint that enables you to take that step back, reflect on how awesome this journey has been. It also helps you identify the characteristics, the values that really make you stand out. It helps you zone in on what they truly need. It helps you find the motivation to break down the barriers that you see today, and it helps you recover. You have to commit to it, you have to stay on track, you have to learn as you go. But ultimately, when you find the motivation to make change, when you find the motivation to reset and give them what is needed, the motivation to make any change is always going to be there as a father, because they're right there. They're in front of you. They're beautiful. They create chaos, joy, laughter. They keep you on your toes. They question everything. They force you to question who you are, the role that you play. That's the great thing about fatherhood. We learn as we go. The Modern Fatherhood Club is here just to support you. We create tools and resources to enable you to become the version of you that you want to become the dad they need, but also we help you to understand what's making you tick. We help you understand the influence that you want to have, the impact that you want to have, that legacy that you want to lead. Remember, we are not chasing perfection, we are chasing better. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all that you do. I appreciate the man that you are today. I appreciate the influence that you have at home. Remember, this weekend, take a step back, reflect on the joy, reflect on the little things. Find a moment to be grateful for the experience. Fill your cup, and then we reset and we go again. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you soon.